Hello friends, so in my previous video I show you this SMPS circuit. This is about 5 amp 12 volt. So today in this video I will show you how to make this SMPS transformer or how to rewind it, and with it I will show you another very easy but powerful SMPS circuit. So we need some hot water and we need to put our transformer in hot water for some time. After that you can see the glue inside the transformer will become very soft, so we can take out it pretty easily. And we need to keep moving our transformer so it will become softer from every side. As you can see, the glue inside the transformer become very soft and we can separate the transformer every parts very easily. As you can see, I separate every part from the transformer and now I start to rewind it. The first turn will be with this wire. This is 28 SWG and its length about 2 meter. Okay, so first turn will be clockwise. Our every turn will be clockwise. Okay, so let's make it. And when you rewinding it, try to do it more accurately. My bending is not good, but I am making it to just show you. But when you making for yourself, try to make it more accurately. So now the first layer of binding is complete. Now I need to secure it with the heat resistance tape. And the first coil is connected to the first 2 pin of the transformer. This wire I am going to use for our DC output. This is the same 28 SWG. This length about half meter. So now I am going to binding the third coil for our transistor to create the square wave pulse. So a sneak coil also done, and I connected the coil in this 2 pin. And we need to secure the sneak coil also as we did with the other coil. Now I am going to binding the last coil for our transformer. Do you remember I left this wire from start, so our last coil will be connected through here. So let's bind again. Now friend, as you can see, I opened this old transformer that I connected here, right? You see in my previous video. Now I will connect this new winding to it and I will test the power output. Okay, so let's see the power output is same or something different, because my winding is not very accurate. I think it little bit lower voltage or higher, I am not. As you can see, I connected the circuit and I also add this PF to filter the noise. If we don't add this PF, then we can't get the accurate reading in our multimeter, so we must need to add the PF for the noise filter. Okay, so now I connect the power supply and let's see how much change or it's the same as before I made. So now I put power on it and as you can see the bulb is glowing. So now I test the power or the voltage, there is any change or it's the same. So I put multimeter here. I hope you can see it. Wait friend, just wait. So now you can see it. Now I test the voltage again. It's around 11.99, so it's around 12, so it's the same. So friend, I hope you like this circuit, but this is not done yet. I will show you another one. This is actually more easy and more better to use. Okay, this is called the power module. Okay, I will open it up and I will show you how. Okay, wait, so it I will open it. So I opened it up and as you can see there is a square wave pulse generator using UC3842AN. Okay, so this is 3-bar module. Actually this is plus 300 volt, this is ground and this is the feedback. Okay, so I am not going to use the feedback process because this kind of module feedback process is not accurate and it's also not good work. Okay, so I cut it out the feedback process and now I will show you how the module work. Okay, so this module can give you around 5 volt to 110 volt, about 1.5 amps, or if you use lower voltage then you can get from it around 20 amps. Okay, so let me connect it and I will show you how the module work. Okay, and also here is a potentiometer, little small potentiometer. We can adjust the voltage from the potentiometer. This module cost around $1 and Indian price around 770 rupees. Okay, so friend, now I cut out this part of the SMPS. This is bridge rectifier and that part, this is the transformer and the diode. This is the transformer and the diode and the capacitor. Okay, so now I will connect this power module with this and I will show you how much the power output. Okay, so how to connect it I will show you. The module negative wire will be connected to the capacitor negative or the ground. First we need to solder it. So I soldered the ground and module this wire will be connected to the transformer this wire. Okay, here for the module we need only 2 wire of the transformer. Okay, other 2 we don't need while we are using this module. So I solder it, and another wire I will take and I will solder it from here, and I will give it to bridge rectifier, and I will connect it to the bridge rectifier positive supply or the capacitor positive pin. Okay, so I solder it also. So our connection is complete, as you can see. So now I will give it power, and let's see how much power output we can receive. Okay, at start we need to set the preset at minimum. Okay, at minimum voltage. So I set it as minimum voltage. Now I will give power to the circuit. As you can see, the power output very low. Now I try to increase the power from this module. So here is our preset. You can see it while I am rotating the preset, the voltage will be increased. As you can see, the voltage is increasing. See, it's increasing and decreasing. So like this power module will work. This is very good regulate. You can receive as much voltage as you want. So the advantage of the module is you don't need to modify the coil. Okay, you don't need to modify it. Just regulate the preset and you can achieve your required voltage. And the MOSFET is not heating up at all. With this load, the MOSFET will heat up if you using higher load. Okay, but this module for heavy duty, so you can use it for your bigger project also. And when you want to receive high amps, you need to increase the thickness of the coil of the DC output inside the transformer. Okay, like I use 3 wire on it, you should use 6 wire or 8 wire to increase more amps. Now I will show you if we reverse the wire, then what will happen. Okay, so I am going to reverse the wire. So red will be here now, and green will be here. So I connect it and I will give it power again, and simply the circuit will not work. Okay, so there is a polarity for it. So again I reverse it. I reverse it and I will connect the power. As you can see the power output. As you can see, our circuit is working pretty nicely, quite nicely, and this is most easier to build, and you can use it for your amplifier circuit, or you can use it for your battery charger. So in my next project I will show you how to make a 12-volt battery charger using this kind of module. Okay, so wait for that. When I have some free time, I will make the video for you. So that's it for this video. See you again in my next video. So bye now.